Hello friends, fam, enlightened beings, Hardcore Yogi here. So today's topic, sex is life. What is the quality of your life? I've been having some pretty profound revelations and shifts around sexuality, many aspects of it, and I guess I'm going to share some of that. Really gaining some awarenesses around the programming which has been latent in our culture for millennia since the dawn of organized religion, and how this has affected our sexuality, our sexual expression, how sexuality affects us. So much of this is rooted in the programming of our culture. So let us look at this. I want to start by saying that I have come to see sex as such a powerful creative energy, and it should not be suppressed, but it should be cultivated in wholesome ways, in extremely wholesome ways. You see, sex, we will get into how it is so creative and so wholesome, but first let's look at how it's been affected by religion. Some of the Abrahamic traditions, many ancient religions, they suppressed sex. They called it evil, they called it sin, they banished sexuality. And then when husband and wife would come together, they would feel that it was a sin, so their union would be tainted with a tinge of guilt and constraint, and therefore their freedom in love was constrained. So on the one hand, our culture has suppressed sex and called it dirty and called it sin. Yet then, on the other hand, sex has become perverted, and sexuality, it leaks out of our culture in perverted ways. This is seen in the pornography industry, in advertising, in music videos. It's like we glorify that which we are not allowed to enjoy. So therefore everyone is secretly obsessed with sex. We are glorifying that which we are not supposed to enjoy. But what if we leave behind this bipolar shadow created by religion? This bipolar shadow of, on the one hand, suppressed sex, on the other hand, perverted sex. And what if instead we see sex the way that I see it, the way that perhaps many of us truly yearn to see it, which is to see it as such a beautiful thing. It is our nature, it is our highest nature, and some of the highest states in existence are experienced through sexuality. One of the great mystics, Ramanuja, he said that if you have ever been in love, then you are close to knowing God. You are only a few more steps away from knowing God, because those two things, they are similar. They are on the same ladder. You see, sex is such a potent creative energy. We live for sex. So much of what we do is motivated by sex. All great worldly ambition, all great creative ambition is at least partly motivated by sex. So therefore we should not suppress sex, but we should honor it for the role it has as such a deep intrinsic motivator to us all. We should honor it as that in the full light of day. But the sex, it must be wholesome for us to truly honor it and for us to use it as a fuel to our fire. What is wholesome sex? Well, obviously it's sex which is done from the utmost heart space. Sex which is done out of true love. Sex which is done with intention. To consciously use sex to increase our vitality, our vibrancy, our love, our inspiration, our transcendence. To use it to cultivate these positive aspects in mind, body, and spirit and heart. But not to take it to the point of spilling over so it becomes dispersive, it becomes wasteful, but to use it as a true pick-me-up for our spirits. Everything is a medicine or poison depending on the moderation, depending on the set and setting. So using sex consciously for these highest pursuits. And then when we are single, to honor being celibate, rather than to mourn our own loneliness and to seek perverted sexual escape, rather to honor a chapter of celibacy and to use that sexual energy in creating more of ourselves, creating more of our highest beingness and accomplishments. So yeah, when you are with someone, you use it to the highest ends. When you're by yourself, you use that energy to the highest ends. And if you use it to be more in the world, then you will attract that mate when the time is ripe. Yes. See, sex. So I suggest that we leave behind the old religious programs that sex is wrong and sinful. And we leave behind perverted, base, materialistic sex that is based on exploitation. We leave behind those and we see sex in the light of love and union, unity, and then transcendence. And that we are responsible with our sexual energy. We use it in such a way where it is cultivated and increased and then used in the world, as opposed to only spilling it in one container, but we cultivate it in the right amount. But it's about really honoring sex, because nature is sexual. A bright pink lotus flower on a lake, that is a sexual act. It is erotic, it is pleasurable, it is vibrant and vital. It is wanting to sing its song. We as humans, we yearn to sing our song, and sex and love is what inspires our song. So let us stop suppressing and judging sex, but let us each use sex to our own highest attainment. Mentak Chia, a Taoist master, has said that sex can heal us and sex can harm us. STDs, pregnancy, emotional turmoil, holes in the aura, it can harm us. Yet also, it can heal us. It can bring us closer to God, to unconditional love. It can be a lubricant that increases the synergy with a partner who is truly aligned with us and our life. So let us use sex to these highest ends. And Mentak also said that if you are going to choose to have sex with a partner, choose very wisely. Could not agree more. So, until I find that next right partner, the whole is my partner. And I do not judge anyone for sex. May we use it to ignite our flame and keep it burning like a steady hot coal. Namaste. Much love, namaste.